that didn't go so well. Let's be honest. We've been told that success in business means pushing and hustling and striving and spinning those wheels and going for it. But what if there was another way? What if there was a softer, more intuitive, more feminine way where you stepped into your flow and allowed abundance and intuition and opportunities to guide you so that you stepped into your feminine power and created the kind of life that you are destined to live? I was going to say that I was going to share the exact formula, and I just suddenly thought that feels off. It's not a formula. It's not a 3-step process. It's just a simpler way that I have started to work, which really allows you to press pause on the noise and step into your flow and your abundance and a simpler, easier way of working. And I'd love to share that with you. It's not a strategy, it's not a system, it's not a 3-step process, but it's a softer, gentler, guided by your own intuition, by your inner GPS. Because you don't need me as your guru. You don't need all of the different gurus. You don't need the coaches or the stylists or the whatevers. What you need to do is listen to yourself and your own intuition. And while coaching and mentoring is amazing, it is so important to listen to that voice within rather than feeling like you need to follow somebody else's process. When somebody else doesn't live your life and have the challenges and the difficulties and the opportunities and ideas and inspiration that you have. The problem with push is that we start living somebody else's life and we start having a vision of this is the kind of life I want to lead because somebody else lives it and we think we want it too. And we're so busy chasing to keep up with the Joneses of this kind of idea of like, oh, that piece of marketing's worked for them, and you're sold into their marketing story because it's powerful and it's great, that you start believing, oh, that's what I need to do. That's the kind of life I need to live. And we fall for the marketing strategy rather than actually what's right for us. And how often have we spent money on programs and opportunities and things that were actually not that great? I've done it a lot. And I realized after spending $50,000 on a mastermind that was really off, that actually there was a better way. There were so many opportunities and possibilities when you listen to yourself and you step into your flow and abundance. For years, I did business the way I was told to do it, whether it was, coaches or my partner, or I stuck to the formula and I did the things and I hustled and I strived and I took action. I got up early and I worked hard and I got results. I got great results, but I felt completely disconnected from my business, and I had this big team and I felt like that was what I needed to do, to have a big team and have a launch team and do all the things and have VAs to do this and do this. And while I loved all of that, I didn't enjoy managing people. And I realized that I wanted to simplify. And when I simplified, I reduced my cost base. But in the process, I also brought back my joy because I was doing what I really enjoyed doing rather than doing all the things that I didn't enjoy doing. And so I still outsource and I still have people that help me with certain tasks. But rather than trying to outsource everything, I do a lot more myself because I do the things that I enjoy and I outsource the things I don't enjoy. And so in following that process, in stopping with the kind of trying to keep up with the Joneses, I reduced my expenditure. So it meant that while I might not have created so much revenue, my costs were lower. So it meant that I actually had increased profit. And in addition, I was more comfortable in myself and I enjoyed what I was doing and I got back into that flow. The second thing I want to talk about is that feminine flow shift. When I began to step into my abundance and listen to those voices within, when I was using journaling, using meditation, allowing sort of softness, allowing automatic writing. So in my journaling, I would sort of be having these, I do a meditation, I'd then just write, and it's sort of kind of free writing. And in doing that process, I was having these divine downloads of inspiration, and they were the best sources of wisdom that enabled me to come up with great ideas, but also to step into my flow. And in stepping into my flow, I have found more abundance, but also more joy in doing things that I love. So how do you step into your flow? Well, certainly for me, it's that meditation. So I will make sure that I meditate every single day. And sometimes it might just be a 3-minute meditation. You know, I often find on a weekend, I'm busier, I'm trying to do all the things and I don't have time, but I'll get to the end of the day and I will give myself a little bit of time to have that meditation, have that quiet space. I love to meditate first thing in the morning to set the day. And I find that if I don't do that, sometimes I can go off. Like, so for example, this morning, I sort of woke up and I got busy on LinkedIn and I didn't do my meditation. And then I got grumpy with my son, and then I had to apologize, and I was like, I'm sorry. And he's like, I'm sorry, mummy. And, and so I'm off my flow. But when I dropped him at school, I went for a run, I did my meditation, I got back into my flow. And then it was from that, in my meditation, that I was like, I feel inspired, I'm gonna do my podcast, I'm gonna do my videos today. And it was from a place of inspiration rather than ticking a list. And so when you step into your flow, things open up for you, possibilities come to you rather than feeling like you're hustling and doing and needing to, that alpha energy. So allow that space. The second thing with that is I do an abundance meditation every day, and I do a gratitude practice as part of that. And so I say I'm grateful for 10 things every day, and it's been such a game changer. And I think one of the things that I've sort of just recently realized is that abundance, sometimes we're kind of wanting abundance and we're like, oh, I'll do an abundance meditation. And that's us sort of sucking things out of the universe. And while the universe is giving, in the gratitude, we are giving. And we are giving back. So things just flow so much easier. And if you are feeling like you are not in flow right now and you are struggling and wanting to push and hustle, saying 10 things you are grateful for every day is really powerful. And for me, it is the small things that really count. Like when I'm on my run, I'll say thank you for the beautiful flowers in the fields, or having the legs to run, my health, my son. But it's not just a checklist of things that I'm grateful for. I say why I'm grateful, and I really get into the feeling of why this is so transformative in my life, and it makes such a difference. And that is definitely something where opportunities I find come to me when I'm in that space of gratitude and abundance and flow. When you step into your flow, one of the most exciting, exhilarating things that happens is that you are listening to that whisper of your intuition. And it might start out as a tiny whisper, a little noise, a little something. And so, but when you start listening to those whispers, then things will happen. Like I was doing a meditation earlier today, and I've been working on the sales page, and the whispers to me about the sales page were, take out the red. And I had some red writing and sort of red branding. And actually it was like, shift more to the pinks and the golds. It's like, oh, okay. And so sometimes we have these little nudges that I've never embraced before. And so it might be a gentle whisper of an idea, of a something, but go with it and allow yourself to listen to those whispers. Because when you shift, when you step into your feminine flow, when you allow these opportunities and these ideas and the whispers to come up, and you then listen to them and take action with them, it is amazing how your world can shift and what possibilities and abundance can come your way. So if you're feeling stuck right now, allow that quiet time where you listen to your own inner self and your inner wisdom, and start following your own internal GPS. Rather than being led by someone else's dreams and desires, start reconnecting with your own. Thank you so much for being here. If you liked this, please subscribe. I'm so excited to have you here, and I can't wait to get to know you more. I have an abundance meditation that I'll share the link to below, and also a guided visualization that I think will help you to start seeing what's possible and creating your dreams and your dream life. I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye 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 for now.